mine in Illinois was one of the early casualties of the battle for clean coal. Though it burns hot, it also burns dirty with high sulfur emissions. Midwest Generation and other Illinois power producers therefore ship in low sulfur coal from Wyoming, an alternative cheaper than installing the so-called scrubber technology that would remove the sulfur from Illinois coal before it goes up the stack. Midwest Generation says it presently meets both state and federal standards for sulfur and nitrogen emissions, but it's now committed to reducing those sulfur and nitrogen emissions further, and to reduce its mercury emissions 95% by 2018, and to shut down plants or it can't make the grade. When Midwest Generation signed on in December to a proposed state rule to limit mercury emissions below those mandated by federal regulations, the move was hailed by some of Midwest Generation's harshest critics.
I think that once Midwest Generation signed on to the mercury agreement, it was huge. It made it an absolute certainty that the rule was going to be finalized, which was wonderful. And now we have the strongest response in the country to a very weak federal mercury proposal, and that's fantastic.
It's a big deal. We'll do tremendous things to protect children's health and our environment. Illinois has one of the highest numbers of mercury hotspots in the country, and the pediatricians and the health experts tell us that the result of women, particularly pregnant women, eating mercury-contaminated fish leads to terrible impacts on fetal brain development.
The studies show that the mercury that mothers eat, particularly methylmercury, is concentrated in the fetus and has long-term consequences on child development. Across several types of studies, including those that test cognitive ability, those that examine some motor skills, including fine motor skills. So it's really a wide range of effects that are potentially caused by the mercury on the child.
In short, mercury comes out of the coal plants, it gets into the water, it gets eaten by little fish, which get eaten by bigger fish, and when people eat that fish, they run the risk of mercury poisoning.
Federal rules issued in 2005 called on power plants to reduce mercury emissions 70% by 2018. Environmentalists argued this was too little over too long a period. Early in 2006, Illinois significantly upped the ante, calling for a 90% reduction by 2009.